All right, so we're going to talk about analyzing the deal. All right, so in this session, you're going to learn what is ARV. What is the true ARV on a property? ARV is just a short abbreviation for after repair value. ARV is just a short abbreviation for after repair value. After repair value. Also, want to talk about in this section how to determine the Mayo. So when you hear the word Mayo from investors or cash buyers, they're basically just saying what is the maximum allowable offer. What is the maximum I can offer this seller? Or ARV. Investor might be like, what's the ARV of the property? After repair value. That's what I'm really saying. What is ARV? You need to know your Mayo to what you're going to offer the seller. And you also need to know your ARV before you make an offer, which determines your Mayo. That makes sense so far? Okay. And also, we'll talk about what is and how to do comparable sales and what not to do that newbies make most of the time. So analyzing the deal, ARV, after repair value. What is the property worth fixed up? What is the property worth fixed up? In this section, I'm also going to talk about how to virtual do repairs, wholesaling properties. This is how I do virtual deals with this format, and it's been working ever since I've been doing virtual. I've been doing virtual deals for the last 5 years out of my 7 years. So here's my Mayo, or my maximum allowable offer equation. You got your ARV. And what is ARV again? We decided to do, I'm analyzing deals right now. Okay. What's ARV? And what's Mayo? Somebody said money allowable offer? Maximum allowable offer. Maximum allowable offer. So here's your simple Mayo equation when you're wholesaling properties. You want to take your ARV first times 60%. Anybody here hate calculators? Is it aggressive? What do you mean, like, is it percentage? Yes. Percentage. ARV times 60%, and out of that 60% is 30% your end buyer spread, give or take, that they want to make on the deal, and 10% for closing costs. Like Scott says, a lot of these house flipping shows don't talk about closing costs. I'm giving you the fees when you're doing your equation. So you want to do 60%. This is a safe equation, by the way. This is a safe equation. Minus repairs, minus your assignment fee. So what's your assignment fee? It's how much you can get of a discount on the property. You want to make $5,000, then try to negotiate a $5,000 spread. If you want to make $50,000, then try to negotiate a $50,000 spread with your seller. Right? Equals your Mayo. Some people have some confused faces right now. Y'all confused? Huh? So ARV times 60% minus repairs minus your assignment fee is your Mayo, meaning basically that's the offer you want to offer your seller. Y'all get that? Okay. So what is the property worth fixed up? You have your comparable market analysis. So how you're going to find your comps. Number 2, compare apples to apples. You want to compare, what's the other question? For your end buyer. The 30% is for your end buyers, cash buyers. That's usually their spread. They want to make 30%. And 10% is the closing costs. 6% realtor commissions in that 10%, and then usually maybe 3-4% for their buyers' closing costs when they sell the property. And comp in same neighborhood or subdivision. You don't want to compare a property to a whole another property that's 10 miles away from that property. So let's look at some real comps. So you ready to look at some real comps on a property? Go back. Comparable market analysis. Compare apples to apples, and comp in same subdivision or neighborhood. Okay. So let's look at some comps. So subject property, as you just this seller, they called me. Remember that Massachusetts seller I was talking about? And she was surprised how vacant the property was. Y'all remember this property earlier? 876 Hotwood Lane. I'll show you how I comp this property. And this comps work anywhere, any market. You just got to know your numbers. All right. So this is a 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath. How many square feet? 1284 square feet. So will I comp this to a 2,000 square feet property? It just doesn't make sense. Year built is 1960. Would I comp it to a 2005 property? No. Single family, would I comp it to a townhome? No. Is brick, would I comp it to properties with siding? I would. With siding, I would do that. As long as it's similar square feet, it's really not that much huge of a difference brick and siding. But it's, I would do 1,500. Yeah, give it to me. I'll max out. Depends what we could do to this property. So the subdivision is called Aragona. So if you don't have access to the MLS, and how you find comps is, well, how we find comps, the best place in the whole country that I know about is nothing better than the MLS. If you don't have access to the MLS, how many realtors in here that are from Orlando? I heard some realtors. No, they're Tampa? Tampa? That's Tampa? So who's from Tampa? There you go. Well, I'm in Orlando. It's not a problem to find agents. That's the easiest thing. But if you don't have MLS access, agent can provide you comps. And one good way that I find investor-friendly agents is from homesearch.com. If you go to homesearch.com, type in Orlando, Florida, Tampa, Florida, New York City, or whatever the case may be, type in Orlando, Florida. Orlando, Florida properties are going to pop up. You click on one of those properties, and the agent's number is on the site for that particular property. And the reason why I like HomeSearch is because these are bank-owned properties, and it kind of gives me insight that they are already investor-friendly. So I call them like, hey, I got this property on 123 Main Street. I'm an investor in the area. I just need some comps. 9 out of 10 times, these agents don't tell you no. Because that's when they're in the business for, to send you comps and represent the buyer, represent the seller. All you got to do is make a phone call. No, they don't charge a fee. No. If you guys go to homesearch.com, homesearch.com. If you go to homesearch.com, if you got a smartphone, go to HomeSearch. It's very simple. And you type in Orlando, Florida, or Tampa, Florida, and you're going to see properties in Orlando, Tampa, Florida. Basically, HomeSearch is an online auction site. There are foreclosed properties, and they auction them off. I buy from HomeSearch all day long. But it's a good way to find investor-friendly agents as well. So you type in HomeSearch, and you put in your city. Do some people using their phone see that? Okay. And you see the properties that come up for that city? Can y'all see that? And you click on one of the properties that you see, and you scroll down. The property information opening up. Once you click on that property, you scroll down, and you should see the agent's phone number. You see that? And you just simply call the agent. It's that simple. I usually call 3 to 5 agents, and I pick the best one out of 3 to 5, and usually that's my investor-friendly agent I work with to send me comps. Sometimes we get good relationships with them. They'll put a lockbox on the property for you. I'm outsourcing, King, so and it works. If I'm out of town, maybe they'll go see the property for me, take pictures. They already take pictures anyway for properties because they list them. Take pictures for me. They do video. Y'all see some agents on the site? Because some agents, well, I'm not trying to bash agents, but most agents, not all, are lazy. And investors that are in the trenches that know about real estate, most agents are lazy. So that's why I specifically say investor-friendly agents. Because they know us as investors, they know the lingo, and they know that, hey, we put offers on properties consistently. We just don't do one offer a year. We do offers consistently. So and they know that we lowball as well. We buy cheap, we buy low, we don't buy retail. The ones that on the opposite end, they think traditionally, they go by the book, and it's hard to get with them when you really need them. So that's why I say I pick the best out of the 3 or 5. You can still comp properties. The second best is RealQuest. You can do RealQuest yourself. That's second best to MLS, but it's nothing like the MLS. So let's talk about some comps. So this is the same property. Well, the subdivision of the property, 876 Hotwood Lane. As you can see, circle is you can see is an Aragona Village. You see the subdivision neighborhood? Can y'all see that circle, the smaller circle? Is an Aragona Village. So when I'm telling the agent, hey, I need a property for 123 Main Street, I tell them, hey, I need a property for I need comps for 123 Main Street and send me comps in the same subdivision as my property. I specifically tell them that. Because sometimes when you get to know agent, they might send you something out the way. I specifically say, send me comps in the same subdivision as my property. I just need to know that. And as you can see, this property here is similar to mine. See, mine is a 3, 1.5, built 1960, 1284 square feet, single family, and it's brick. Y'all see that? So if you look at this property, you see on the bigger circle, you see that's a 3, 1.5. It's 1,300 square feet, 1,600 square feet bigger, and is built in 1961. You see how close in comps that is? Can y'all see that? All right. And you see, this is the property I rehab. So when I'm doing my ARV, I'm looking for rehab properties in that area. How much did this property sell for? $210,000 fixed up. So I'm jotting this down. Okay, that's a house that sold for $210,000. That's comp number 1. I want to find at least 2 to 3 solid comps. If it's only 1, that's cool. But at least 2 to 3. So it's comp number 2, same subdivision. As you can see, still in Aragona Village, is a 3, 1.5 also. Look at this, the square feet. What's the square feet? Can y'all see that? Huh? It's 12, the same exact square feet as mine. It's 1284. Look at mine. 1284 square feet. Look at that. 1284 square feet. It's a different model home, but it's still very similar. Built in 1300, I'm sorry about that. And built in 1960. It's not the same model. It's a different model, but it's very similar. Y'all get where I'm coming from? You want to comp this property similar to what you already have. And how much did that sell for? Do y'all see the trend? Let me go back. Y'all see the trend where it's going? Y'all sure? Want to make sure. Okay, that's 2. So comp 2075. You see where it's kind of that sweet spot, the ARV, the after repair value. This is another rehab property. Let me go back here. 3, yeah, okay. Another way to find agents, and I didn't circle that, you see in the top left, the agent's number is always disclosed on the MLS as well. So you can see who's listing these properties. Yeah, I could. Yeah, it's very possible. Yeah, it's open. Another comp, and I the one sold him this property. All right, this one sold for $191,500. It's a 3-1. Why did it sell a little cheaper? It's not a half bath, so you want to consider that. That half bath is a little difference. If it's 2 baths, then that's another difference as well. 3-1, 1134 square feet, but I consider it in my comps as well. Aragona Village, and it's brick. Actually, I sold it to him. I had it on the contract for $100,000, and I sold it to him for $117,500. And that's a typo. It's supposed to be $191,500. Apologize for that. That's supposed to be $191,500. Jason sold that for $191,500. And as you can see, can you see the if you go, you see where it says owner? When you see like LLCs and things of that nature, in most cases they're investors. So that's his LLC name. And I think he put around, I think he told me he put $20,000 into the property. He rehabbed the property. I have my buy contract price was $100,000. I flipped it to him, not 117.5. I flipped it to him for 117. And it wasn't for guys. If it wasn't for a mentor, guys, Chris Haskins, I don't know where I would be as far as me making these spreads, because me watching him negotiate live in person with the my first deal allowed me to negotiate, because I was live at this deal. The story on this deal was the seller's dad was in the hospital. All right, he was dying on the bed. He was like 91 years old, and they was trying to. He has happened to got my postcard, and he happened to just call and say, "Hey, I got your postcard. We're trying. My dad is dying. I don't want to inherit the property. I want to sell it before he died." And he was asking like 105, 107. It wasn't a bad number. So I went to the property live, and just like Scott said, I sat there for like 30 minutes, just listening to his story. We sat down. It was a real great conversation. And come to find out, the next day, his dad had passed away. I had got the property in the contract, by the way, for $100,000, but his dad had passed away that next day. So now I had to wait for the process of him to get the property inherited back to him. And it was like a little longer process. But if it wasn't for me building rapport with that guy, I would never got the property on the contract. And he was so nice. So rapport building is very, 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 very important. So what are your comps? So I'm going to go back. I'm going to recap you. I have comp number 1. That's sold for 210. Comp number 2 sold for 207.5. And comp 3, 191.5. What are your comps? Is it A, 185 to 190, B, 205, this is going to be interesting, B, 205 to 210, C, 230 to 235, or D, 165 to 170, or E, none of the above? What's your number? If it's none of the above, what's your number? B, A, E. Everybody's different already. When we go back, You say, so what do you, A or E? E? Somebody said C? D? B. Most was right, B. Right, the other one was a 1 bathroom. So I'm basing it off that 1.5. So 205. So when I'm sending out comps to buy, hey, I got this property. I did my legitimate comps. I got this property for $110,000. It's worth, it needs $35,000 worth of work, and it's worth 205 to 210 fixed up. That's the ARV, 205 to 210. See how easy that is? Once you have comps, it gives you the actual confidence when you go out to your sellers. Like Scott was saying, like he knows his number before he goes out to seller, because he did his little research before he drives out to meet these sellers. So you know your ARV, which gives you being in the driver's seat, gives you the confidence, because you know what the buyers are paying for in the area. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. If they, well, when you start feeding deals to the same buyers, they trust you. So you can just tell them, hey, the ARV is 210, or it's an area that they're buying in, and you flip them to properties in that area multiple times. You're like, hey, I got this property on 123 Main Street. I'm asking $60,000. Go check it out. It needs 20 and work. Mm-hmm. Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We're about to go over that right now. All right. So how much repairs does the property need? You need a close range, but doesn't have to be perfect when sign it. That's very key. Doesn't have, when you're wholesaling properties, it doesn't have to be perfect. but you just need a close range. When you're rehabbing, you have to be more spot on because you're actually buying it. Your numbers have to be spot on. When you're wholesaling, if the property needs $50,000, I can be like, okay, it needs 45 to 55. Y'all get where I'm coming from? All right. So y'all want to talk about how to quickly estimate some repairs and how I quickly do it virtually? All right, so how to quickly estimate repairs. Cosmetic. I'm going to be quicker to probably take a picture of this real quick too. You write it down. Take a picture. All right, so paint usually this is in most cases $1 square feet interior and exterior. The carpet floor is $1.50 square feet. Landscaping generally $500 to $1,000. Lighting fixtures can range from, depends on how cheap your lighting fixtures is, from $20 to $200. So a remodel, when I'm going back to cosmetic. Cosmetic is usually people that's buying and holding. They just want to do the cosmetic. They're not doing full rehabs. Buy and hold people, when you flip into cash buyers and buying and holding, they're doing cosmetic work. They're not doing the full rehab gut jobs or putting stainless steel appliances in them. Just doing just enough to put the tenant buyer in the property. So this is usually what they go. Just a little bit of paint, carpet, maybe a fixture here and there. That's it. Doorknob. Nothing too big. Now, if we're remodeling, it's different. When you're actually flipping, it's different. So your kitchens and bathrooms is going to be your most money. Kitchens and bathrooms. So when you're wholesaling, you want to know this stuff. This is your ranges. So kitchen is usually $7,000 to $10,000. Every buyer's contractors are different. Every buyer, so I kind of give it a range. Some buyers pay $10,000 for a kitchen. Some buyers will pay $6,000, $7,000 for a kitchen, for a blown-out kitchen. Some buyers don't use stainless steel appliances. Some buyers will use black appliances. All right, appliances, $1,500 to $2,000 for the package. You know, you got your fridge, your microwave, and your dishwasher. Your bathrooms are usually $2,500 to $5,000 a bathroom. Windows is usually $150 each, give or take. Window trim is usually $150 each, give or take. So when they're doing window, most of the time they're doing window and window trim, so give or take about $300. You all understand that? Okay. Take a picture. So mechanicals, like your water heater, your furnace, central air, electrical, and plumbing. Your water heater is usually going to be around $1,000. Furnace going to be usually around $3,500. Central air, give or take about $2,500. They can range a little more, depending on how big the unit is. Electrical, if it needs full electrical, around $4,000. Again, this is ranges because you're wholesaling these deals. Plumbing, $3,000. Roof is around $4,000 to $6,000, depending on the square feet. Your siding can be from $3,000 to $5,000. Now, properties with basements, if they have a lot of water in them, sometimes I kind of stay away from them properties, unless I'm getting it dumb cheap, super cheap. But horizontal cracks, $15,000 to $20,000 in basements. No, there's no basements here, but in other virtual areas, yeah. Vertical cracks, $500 a crack, give or take. The house is really, that's starting to settle, and you in the basement, that's bad news. So let's estimate some repairs. So we're going back to that deal, 876 Hotwood Lane, 3.5, 1284 square feet. I needed, with my end buyer, I looked at the property. I'm gonna show you some pictures in a second. Replace new roof. It needed a new roof. Update the kitchen and replace missing appliances. Update full bathroom as well as half bathroom. Finish flooring, new windows and trim. It had 10 windows. So how much is it per window? $150 per window. Well, you might have said with trim is $300. So you guys are getting it. So how much? What's 3 times 10? Y'all getting it? When people they be like, hey, this house needs $3,000 to $5,000 worth of work. The windows alone is $3,000. All right, new paint and full interior walls, ceiling and full interior paint, full exterior paint, because he's gonna paint this. He's gonna paint the brick. It's a brick house. Replace with new AC unit and lighting fixtures in each room. How many bedrooms? 3 bedrooms. plus the living room and kitchen, all that stuff. Minor mold in small bedroom, rip up carpet and finish floor under. So remember this property, that's 876 Hopwood Lane, paint exterior, add curb appeal, and replace the roof. Y'all took pictures of the estimates, right? Okay. She already crunching her numbers. She on it. Crunching is as long as you know your number, you see how you getting the confidence when you know your numbers. So here's the kitchen. You update the kitchen and add kitchen appliances. Oh, he needs a new kitchen. Update full bath and half bath. As you can see, the full bath and the half bath, they both need a full job. It's funny because the seller be like, hey, my house is in great shape. And you see this. It's like, this is great shape to some sellers. Finish reflooring and paint all walls. See, some of it has hardwood floors, some has carpet. I'll lift the carpet up, see if it has hardwood floors under the carpet. The finished look. Customers, as far as sellers, they're buying them as is. Yeah. But I'm showing you pictures because when you see the property, I'm assuming you'll see the property before you get on a contract with the seller. You're gonna take pictures. So this is how you do your quick estimate. Like, okay, this needs a kitchen, needs a bath, needs a roof. So when you send your offer, you're already on top of your game because your offer is spot on to what he'll buy it for. So you're not telling him that the house is, you have a house for $50,000 and in reality, is worth $75,000. You actually send him a real deal because you actually did your homework and your analysis on your ARV, and now we're crunching repairs. Define your actual mayo. So you want to replace everybody follow me? Okay, you replace the AC unit, minor mold, repair and den, room and paint. So here's a quick estimate cheat sheet. I love my cheat sheet. If property only needs cosmetics, the range, all right, it's $10,000 for houses 1,000 to 2,000 square feet. Cosmetics is, what's cosmetics again? Paint, carpet. And that's if you flip into a buy and hold investor. If property needs remodeling, a new kitchen and bath, usually $20,000. If property needs remodeling and new furnace and central air and condition to the new kitchen and bath, it's usually like $25,000. If property needs remodeling, new mechanicals, including a new roof, in addition to the kitchen and bath, $30,000. Usually a full average rehab is around $30,000 for most investors that I know, 1,000 to 2,000 square feet. $35,000 maybe in some cases, maybe $28,000, but $30,000 is my sweet spot number. When I see that a 1,200 square foot property needs full rehab. Does that make sense? It doesn't need 5,000, doesn't need 10,000. The average rehab, 1,000 to 2,000 square feet, is $30,000. It's a gut rehab. You got to gut it out and do all the above, $40,000. That's a range. That's a very safe range when you're crunching your repairs. So a plaza house is 1,000 to 2,000 square feet. For rentals, you want to lower the estimate by 30%. For houses above 2,000 square feet, increase the estimate by 30%. This is my cheat sheet. I'm just giving them their price and the ARV, the end buyer. So what is your estimate for 876 Hotwood Lane for the repairs? This one need to replace the new roof, update kitchen and replace missing appliances, update full bathroom as well as half bath. Huh? Y'all already got it. Y'all saw that cheat sheet, huh? Good job. Y'all learned that fast. Y'all still round of applause for that. Wow. And yep, he put $30,000 into the house. Exactly $30,000. Had it for $70,000, flip it to him for $105. He put $30,000 into it and sold it for $205. Hmm? Oh, when I'm actually buying to rehab or buying a wholesale? What do you mean? Wholesaling, you just, oh yeah, rehabbing, you want to be spot on as much as possible and fix it. You want to do this cheat sheet like I was talking about. You want to do your find your ARV like we went over, find the range repairs like we went over, and now we're going to talk about the Mayo. So now, what's your ARV? What's the real ARV for the property that we found? Y'all remember? 205 to 210. Okay, so times 60. So I want you guys to do your Mayo. You already have the numbers to put into the blank spots. Your ARV, times 60% minus repairs and whatever. Just say your assignment fee is $10,000. Tell me what that number is. Let me see what y'all. Hmm. The repairs was 25 to 30,000. ARVs. So take your ARVs 205,000 times 60% minus $30,000. I'm gonna make it 20,000. I want more money. Make it 20,000. Yep. Once you under the last thing is your Mayo. If you're at the Mayo level, you should already have your ARV. Of course, you can have your times 60%. You should already have your repair estimate cheat sheet costs, and you should already know. Okay, I think I want to make this. I always have a number of what I want to make. If it's a $10,000 property, in an area that's low like that, I don't expect to make $20,000 assignment fee. It's gonna be what are those deals called again? Base hit deals. $3,000, $4,000 deals. Yeah, absolutely. Mhm. So here's what not to do. Run final comps on Zillow and Trulia. Please write this down. Please don't send your end result comps from Zillow and Trulia. They're not accurate enough. It is okay to do your comps on Zillow, Trulia, for general purposes, but that's your end all do all. I don't trust Zillow and Trulia comps. I should have put that big as possible on this slide. All right, property appraisers. I don't need those when I'm doing comps, the wholesaling properties. I got the MLS access or real quest. Don't inflate your comps. Property won't sell. If you see that the numbers are 205 to 210, don't tell your buyer 235 to 240. This doesn't make any sense. Because you saw a comp that's over 240, that's a 500 square foot bigger, it just doesn't work. Give extra low repair estimates on properties. In fact, I'd rather give a little more extra on the repairs than be low on the repairs. And analyzing the wrong things. I just showed you how to analyze in the same subdivision, compare apple to apples, 3, 1.5, 1280 square foot, same or give or take year built. I usually go 10 years up, 10 years back in year built. Square foot, I usually go a couple to 2 to 300 square feet bigger, 2 to 300 square feet smaller. Was that a good session? All right. So this, guys, you learned what was your ARV. You now know what ARV really is, how important your ARV is, how to determine your MAO, how to determine your maximum allowable offer, what is and how to run comparable sales, and what not to do. You definitely want to go to Zillow or Trulia for your finalized comps. You can go there first, but in your comps or maybe MLS, if you don't have MLS access, call the agent. Best way to find an agent that I like if you don't have MLS access is go to homesearch.com.